up with you this morning. But, the plane came in very late last night, and I was home late.
It's okay. Did you come home with you?
No, he didn't. You all right?
I just missed you when you were in New York.
I missed you too. But I'm home now.
I missed Uncle Duke too. But he didn't come home with you.
Well, that's because he's very busy with the club. But he misses you very much. And he sends his love.
Really?
Yes, really. He loves you very much, you know that.
I know, but... Oh, I was just afraid of... Oh.
What are you afraid of?
What's that? Duke didn't want to live with us anymore.
Good morning. Good morning, Father. You seem to have taken the tiger by the tail already. Must mean you're feeling better. I'm glad.
Better and better, Olivia.
Well, just don't push yourself too hard. After all, that's why Duke is here, isn't he? So speaking of Duke, where is he?
Out on business.
For the club?
No, not for the club. For the family.
Then I'm glad Duke isn't here. I need to speak with you about something in private.
Concerning the club?
No, Father. Concerning the family.
Olivia, I don't want to go into this again with you. The family business must not concern you. Leave the family to me, to Duke.
Father.
I've already lost your two brothers. You think I could risk losing you? Look, you want to help us by opening the club? That's fine, but that's all. There's going to be no further involvement.
Perhaps if you heard me out, you'd be glad I did involve myself.
I don't want to hear it.
I found out that Duke's wife's investigating the disappearance of one Martin Woods.
Oh?
And that Robert Scorpio was seen fit to involve himself in the investigation also.
So, as soon as Duke gets a new manager for his club in New York, then everything will be fine and we'll be together all the time.
But when I heard you and Duke fighting, you guys were yelling so loud, I couldn't help hearing it. I was so scared.
Of us?
No. Was that you and Duke were going to get a divorce?
Divorced? We just got married. Married people, they have disagreements all the time. It doesn't mean they're going to get divorced. Whatever gave you that idea, anyway?
Mommy, really, I'm not a little girl anymore. I have friends at school. Some of their parents are divorced. And after all, you and Daddy got a divorce.
Oh. Well, Duke and I aren't going to get a divorce. We're madly in love with each other. We're madly in love with you. We're all going to be together for hundreds of years.
Well, as long as you don't get a divorce, everything is A-okay.
You're growing up. Don't do it too fast.
I won't.
You better get ready for school.
Okay.
Don't forget your lunch.
All right. Okay. Bye, Mom.
Bye. Hello? Hello? Yes, I missed you too. Yeah, as soon as I left. Everything here's fine, yeah. Oh, good. Good. Well, why don't we have a proper celebration then? Yeah, I mean, I can invite Sean and Tiffany and, yeah, Robert, Felicia. Robert's got a friend, I think. Is anything wrong? Would that be all right? Yeah, I can do it. Good. Oh, yeah, they'll love it. I will, too. All right, then. I love you. Mm-hmm. Bye-bye. Great.
I don't care what their zoning law says. It is absolutely essential that we retain the right-of-way for the entire beachfront and the boardwalk. Well, just do it. Now, what was that about Duke's wife and Robert Scorpio?
But they're both investigating the Woods disappearance.
And you took it upon yourself to find this out?
No, Father, I didn't. I happened to be in the room when Duke's wife received the telephone call. I could tell from the conversation that it was Scorpio. And then I finally knew that it was Woods.
This could be very bad for Duke and for the family. Everyone is united behind Lavery for now, but no one within the family will tolerate any divided loyalties. If Duke finds out his wife is involved, how can he not be torn? This could split the family again. Woods has got a wife. Better make sure that she's not available for questioning. Can't have Anna Lavery or anyone else learn about Duke's hand in this.
It's been taken care of.
What are you talking about?
In this case, I did take things upon myself.
What?
I knew that you didn't want me to be involved, but I had to do something to prove to you that I was capable of handling things the way that Julian would.
Please, Olivia, tell me what you've done.
I managed to reach Mrs. Woods before Anna Lavery could talk to her again. I arranged for she and her children to be taken out of town and put into hiding. They'll be very comfortable. It will cost us a penny, but they won't be back. So much for the case of the disappearing husband. Tell me that I did the right thing. Tell me that you're proud of me.
Proud? I've done everything but beg you not to interfere. All right. Now that you've disobeyed me, how did you find out about Woods? That he worked for Carter? How can you know anything about them?
I know everything about them because Julian confided in me.
I don't believe it.
Julian believed in my ability, Father. Why can't you?
All right. What's done is done. Now, Olivia, tell me. I mean, since you're so capable, tell me. What would Julian do now?
Do? Do about what?
About the two bloated bodies on the bottom of the Port Charles River. Two bodies which Duke dumped there. One of them, of course, is the late Mr. Martin Woods. Answer me. What course of action do we take now?
Why? Why do we have to do anything?
Julian would have the answer like that.
I don't.
Robert Scorpio is a highly trained and skilled investigator. He's now involved in the Woods case. How much longer do you think it will take for him to put two and two together and drag the Port Charles River?
Uh-huh.
You got time for me?
Oh, I've always got time for you.
Well, it's little Mary Sunshine, and what do I owe the pleasure of this cheery disposition?
I'm always like this.
Not quite. Okay. Just tell me, what secret do we have locked up deep in our heart?
Well, you know, I don't really have a secret. I do have a surprise.
Talk to me.
You know, Duke's new club is opening in New York. Well, we want to have like a big party, and we decided that we should maybe invite some of our friends here from Port Charles, and somewhere along the line you got invited.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. If you come, you can bring a friend. Maybe Cheryl.
Of course, I'd love to come, and I'd be delighted to bring Cheryl.
Okay.
You know, I've always had an enormous curiosity about that place.
Robert, the night is strictly fun.
Well,
okay?
come on. What else? I mean, I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
I guess this means that, what's his name will be spending more time at home, right?
Yes, it does mean that Duke will be home more often, and I'm very happy about it, and I suppose maybe that's the secret of my happiness.
Bingo.
So why are you here?
Work.
Oh.
Let's talk about the Martin Woods case, shall we?
Robert, he resided in New Jersey. I think that is out of your jurisdiction.
Yeah, but he disappeared here in Port Charles, and that's very much my jurisdiction. And as I recall, I only gave you one extra day.
All right. Okay. What I have on this is just a photograph of him. I also have a very expensive wristwatch which had an inscription. Basically, we have a missing man who is related to the Carter family in New Jersey, and now we have a missing wife and children too.
Mrs. Woods is missing?
Yeah.
How did you know that?
I went to New Jersey. I wanted to talk to her face to face instead of over the phone. I had a feeling that she was keeping something from me. When I got to the apartment, she was gone. She obviously left in a hurry. I mean, there was nothing there, and a pot was on the stove, and it was still warm.
Interesting. Huh. You know, I might have known you wouldn't bring your hunch to me, even though it's now officially a police matter.
And I suppose you'd have brought it to me had the positions been reversed.
Probably not.
What have you got?
2 points of interest. One, Woods was definitely involved with the Carter mob. And two, there seems to be a long-running feud between the Carters and Jeromes. That name ring a bell with you?
Oh, Robert.
What?
Don't do this. Don't do it.
Don't do what?
Don't involve Duke in this. Don't.
I'm waiting, Olivia. What course of action should we take now? What would Julian do? It's only a matter of time. Very little time before Scorpio discovers Wood's body, which leads straight to Carter, then to Duke, then to the Jerome family. Advise me. What should we do?
I never said I could be a successful mobster.
Don't use that word.
All I've been trying to do is fulfill Julian's dream of making this family legitimate. I can bend a little by hiding Mrs. Woods away. But I don't know anything and can't do anything about bodies in the bottom of a river. I have no advice. All I want is the respect of the family so that I can help make Julian's dream a reality before it's too late.
Olivia, come here. Sit down. I know how much you loved your brother, and I deeply appreciate your devotion to him. And there are times, I'll admit, when I'm weary of the constant struggle and the danger and the violence. But Duke has given his word that he will honor Julian's wishes, and he will never break that vow. It is a job for a man. I want you safe. You're the only thing in my life that means anything to me, truly.
I know.
Then let me guide your happiness.
What do you mean?
After the club opens tomorrow night, I want you to go back to your art gallery, forget about everything here.
Everything.
I've seen the way you look at Duke. I know you're still thinking of trying to take him away from his wife. You're opening yourself to great pain.
Or great joy.
Baby, you're wrong.
Daddy, if Duke's love for Anna is as strong as you feel it is, then there's nothing I can do to change that. But you have to admit, as long as his heart is in Port Charles, you're going to have problems.
Every time I think that I can trust you, that everything's going swimmingly between us, then you start again, picking and poking away at my life. I mean, you are so suspicious of everything and everybody.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. I'm talking about Duke. Ever since you first met him, you've been trying to prove that he's a bad guy, and you can't do that. And you know what I think?
No, I've never been able to do that.
Well, I just think that you can't stand the fact that I found happiness with another man.
Really?
Yes, really.
Look, I didn't come around here to make a personal attack on your husband.
Didn't you?
No, I'm just a poor working class cop trying to put a few more pieces into the puzzle.
All right, if you can make the connection between Duke and this missing Mr. Woods, please be my guest.
And if you can stop being the typical emotional female, then I'll continue.
Continue.
As I said, I'm trying to put a few more pieces back into the puzzle, solve it where I can.
Go ahead.
I'm wondering, is it a coincidence? I guess it must be.
What?
Well, we both know that Woods has disappeared, we both know that Woods was part of the Carter family.
Yes?
We also know that the Carters and the Jeromes are currently going at it together.
Reputedly, yes.
Reputedly. Now, even though Duke couldn't possibly be involved, I find it an enormous coincidence that he just happens to be starting up a club in a restaurant that Victor Jerome regards as his second home.
Yes, Mrs. Forbes. Of course, I think that animals are like humans. Some more than others. Yes, I will find your poodle. I will indeed find your standard poodle. Yes. Oh, I have a very good lead now. Mm-hmm. As soon as I find out anything, yes. You'll be the first. Goodbye.
We dog napping these days, are we?
I'm a private detective. I take any job that comes along. And for your information, it just so happens that lady is willing to pay 25 grand for the return of her pet.
Ooh, ouch. I'm in the wrong line of work.
I think you are. Especially if you allow your personal feelings to get in the way of your reasoning.
My personal feelings?
Yes.
All right. Then here's a whole stack of reasons for you. Fact. Duke's sister, Camellia, killed Victor Jerome's son, and Duke helped cover it up. Fact. Duke's father, Angus, was forced to kill himself in retribution for Jerome's son. Fact. Duke is now opening a club in one of Jerome's most favourite restaurants, which means he's got to be back in the fold.
You have no proof of that.
Fact. The Carters and the Jeromes are currently involved in a gang warfare.
This is a reputed gang warfare.
Theory. Martin Woods disappeared in Port Charles. His wristwatch was found in the Port Charles River not far from Lavery's club. Which could mean...
Don't say any more. What are you going to tell me? You're going to say that Duke killed Martin Woods and then dumped his body in the river?
No, I wasn't going to say that. But it's an interesting idea, isn't it?
Get out of here. Get out of here right now.
Does this mean I can't go to the club?
Club, Duke.
Hi, can I please speak to Mr. Lavery?
Mrs. Lavery?
Yes?
This is Olivia.
Oh, hello.
I'm sorry, but Mr. Lavery isn't here.
Do you know where I could reach him?
No, I don't. He left very early this morning on club business, and I don't know when he'll be back. Would you like me to give him a message?
Just say, I called and that I'll see him tomorrow night at the opening.
Yes, I certainly will. And I'll look forward to seeing you again, Anna.
Oh, yes, and I you. Goodbye.
Goodbye. That was Duke's wife.
I heard.
She'll be here for the opening.
You didn't think she would be?
Yes, of course I did. It just reminded me of what you said earlier.
You mean about interfering with Duke's marriage?
No, I was thinking about Anna's relationship with Robert Scorpio. And I've been trying to think of a solution to our problem before Scorpio starts dragging the river and finds the bodies of Martin Woods and the other man.
You can stop worrying, Olivia. It's been taken care of.